I don't know if I can, bro. Like that is like we literally like me and Miss Mayo. We had her on the show, bro. Like we literally call it the strip club of journalism. Like
I
so a lot
agree.
of
I
the
agree.
like some of the shit that they do kind of sketchy, but at the same time they do get the story.
They do get the
They do
story.
have scoops. They do
That's
have the financial means to get certain things that certain publications won't even consider doing because it doesn't really work with the ethics that they stand with. But
true.
if
That's
there's
true.
anybody that will get a scoop or a story, it's definitely TMZ, no matter how dirty it may be to actually do that. So I think they will be life changing here in the DMV. I just wonder. I'm a results guy. I want to see what the results are from the scoops that they get around here. Is it
I
going to be
feel you. I
politics
feel
or
you.
is it going to
I
be
feel you.
yeah, oh, we just gonna get sports and shit like that, or we're gonna get celebrities in the DMV doing
Man,
shit, you know?
I think it's gonna be a mixture of both, but I think they saw the politicians on there getting views, and they like, hey, we are in the views clicks business. Okay, they saw
That
them
is
numbers
true.
online. Like they getting how many views? This reporter getting how much views? Oh, bet we can pull up and ask questions. So I think this gonna be fun. But hey, listen, we back, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Record Report. It's a mod as always. Shout out to the people.
And this your boy Vance B. What's going on, y'all? We in this
Oh man,
B.
we're back for another episode, another B side. It's been too long, man. Life been lifing for us both. So hope y'all ain't miss us too much. Vance, how you been, brother?
Man, it was good. I mean, yeah, I've been good. I've been adjusting to a new role. You know what I'm saying? If you heard my voice on the radio, uh, first of all, thank you. Thank you for the compliments as well as you've been calling in. I'm working as a producer at this new role. And it's been good. It's been good. I'm starting to build a little routine around it, you know. And I get my weekends, so I get to have fun a little bit. Went to the
Mm.
UFL game last weekend. Saw the
Chad was there.
oh for real?
This game that just played like
Yeah,
this past Saturday.
yeah.
Yeah,
Against
yeah,
the
yeah. He was
Gamblers.
there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him
that,
that you was there. He said he was fired. It
that,
was a great game.
that, it was. While they performed with UCB, that was dope.
Yeah,
It
Wale
was.
been in DC a lot, man. I keep hearing about
Oh yeah,
he performed up here too recently at the stadium.
oh yeah. I
Not
think
for
he's
something I
taking
don't remember
victory
what it
laps for
was.
his album
Yeah, I like
because
that album.
yeah, it is pretty good. Because he's supposed to be performing at the National Stadium later this summer
Mm.
or during the summer. But yeah, man, I
It would
like the
be
fact
cool.
that he is
It would be
doing
cool.
great things.
The casino had a residency, and I think he would be a cool residency at the casino.
Yeah, just
You think
playing
people
some
do
of his old
residencies?
hits.
Yeah, that'd be really
Yeah,
fun and bring out special guests. I think people will actually travel for that because it'd be more of an experience than just a regular show.
right, right.
Um, and he
And
gets
the
such a
fact that he's
long catalog too, man. He could do certain eras
yeah,
on certain nights, man. That would be really cool.
yeah, yeah. And now that they're planning on bringing the Sphere to the DMV.
Yeah,
Like
the Sphere
you,
would be
you
tough
start,
too. Yeah,
bruh. Like it would be dope to actually have a Wale show in that Sphere and see what the graphics will look like, especially from his mixtape albums all the way
yeah,
up to the modern flow. Like yeah, it would
that
be
would be
dope
fire.
because you can even see with like the album visuals that he had for his latest project. Like you can see that he's has a certain aesthetic that
Hmm.
matches that, but that's different compared to some of his previous projects, especially some of the Seinfeld inspired ones. So
You
yeah,
know,
man.
Wale always gotten a bad rap. I think that was mostly from people's social media experiences with him. I don't think that people who actually listen to music felt a certain way about him until they didn't like his social media personality. I think I could be
Mm,
wrong. I wouldn't take that L if it's not a real thing, but I know 100 Miles and Running. Um, the earlier tapes that I really liked,
yep.
the tape before that, the one that had Nike boots on it.
Tape about
Those things, man. Yeah, those joints, like maybe because I grew up in the area where I heard DC radio. But those joints, man, got played. Those was like popular songs, even up here. Um, and I think Wale has a presence, and I think a lot of times he's disrespected for non-musical reasons. I think he makes really great music, really thoughtful music, really creative music. Um, who else would do you think would do shows at like a residency at the casino in DC?
Gold Link. Gold Link
God,
is Gold Link
Gold
easily.
Link would be great.
Like
Gold
Gold
Link would
Link
be
is that, yeah. Like Gold Link is he has the palette for different sounds as well as
great.
different aesthetics. Like and after that we didn't talk is completely different from like some of his later
All his
projects
shit,
that he did.
all his shit sound
Like it's
different.
all different. And they
Everything.
all have different kind of visuals. Like
Yeah.
I think Gold Link's music is definitely fit for like either a residency at a casino or
Hmm.
definitely the sphere. Like I would love to see that. I mean Ari Lennox.
Yeah.
Um who
I think
else?
she can
Who
do a
else?
residency off of one album, two albums.
Multiple albums. Yeah.
I think so. Okay, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I ain't think she.
Yeah. And also her old projects, you know what I'm saying? Her EPs.
I feel like a
Yeah.
residency, you gotta have a couple more
Let's find out how
joints.
many she.
I don't even know if she. I know like Shy Glizzy would be fire there. It'd be a
But how
completely
many
different
projects
audience.
does how many projects does Shy Glizzy have?
Shy Glizzy though is a this is not disrespect to Ari Lennox. I don't even know if Golding could do it. It
So
sounds
Ari
cool.
Lennox
I
has
don't.
3 albums.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you were to get, you know, artists for a residency around this area, you would have to get the biggest stars. But you
Hmm.
don't, excuse me, but you don't have a lot. You don't have a lot to work with on a consistent basis. Like you got Brent Fires, you got Gold Link,
Yeah, I don't
you
think he can
got
do it.
Wale,
No.
you know what I'm
No.
saying? Shoot, Primo Rice. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What's some '90s DC artists and early
I mean, Rare
2000s DC
Essence.
artists?
Yeah,
Rare
definitely
Essence.
some
Oh yeah,
definitely throw some go-go bands in there.
I think Go-Go
You
Bands could do
got
it for
to.
sure. I think
Oh
Go-Go
yeah,
Bands do it for
easy
sure.
money. Yeah.
Easy.
Like you could easily just have a go-go bands perform like a
Yeah.
residency there. And then they get money. They're getting money. They're making a lifestyle off of that. And
Hmm.
it can also help expand like the brand for go-go nationally. Because when people come to, man, y'all better take this idea, especially if I'm just saying this shit live, but National Harbor can hold like go-go's there and kind of
Hmm.
bring that essence to like the national state. Man, they could, yeah, bro. You could easily just throw in different go-go bands from
You
different
definitely could.
generations too.
Different generations
Yeah,
too. Yeah, you could have like a night, like
yeah.
'90s night, zero
Yep.
zero
Rare
night, thousands
Essence.
night. Yeah, yeah. You
Yep.
could have your
Then
own
you got
like thing.
TB. Then you got
Yeah.
TOB. Then you got
Yeah.
Backyard Band. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then New
Yeah.
Impressions. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. Yeah. Like
You
that's
could I
easily.
think you could definitely I would love that. You have like different eras, different nights. Um, I'm just curious. I just thought of the idea literally just now, like who could do that. I think it's a great idea because it's right there, and I think the residency brings a different vibe to it. It makes people want to travel for it. It makes
Right.
people who normally go to a show because it's going to be like maybe it's a little extra umph to it because it's like a residency, so I can do more creative stuff that I normally can't
Mhm.
do because now
Right.
I'm normally in the same space for the next 3 days a week for the next 5 weeks, 6 weeks, or whatever. So I think I don't
Right.
know, man. They gotta, hey man, pay us for these ideas, bro. We gotta put some money in
Right.
y'all
That's
pockets.
what I'm saying. Y'all gonna take this
Man,
idea. We're gonna be like, hey, what the fuck?
give
Like,
us
what
credit
y'all
at least so
doing?
we get some more listens on the thing. What's happening
Yeah.
in music, man? I kind of feel like I'm out of touch, man. I feel like I'm missing out
Okay.
on so much.
We do got a couple
Um,
things we gotta talk about. I mean, first of all, we got the Lil Russell controversy. I mean, that was a
oh
while ago
man,
though. That was
damn.
that was like a few weeks ago.
What do you?
That
Why do
nigga
you think
ever
he said
since.
that?
I don't know, bro. I think I just all
I
right.
don't
I
know,
think for
bro.
me, I understand that he was trying to be
Yeah,
deep and say
yeah.
something astounding but very
Hmm.
different. And he said in interviews he said he wrote what he said, and he
Yeah.
wrote the exact way that he wanted to say that message. So he was fully confident in the message that he said. It's just that the audience that he was saying it to don't really fuck with what he was saying. Clearly. And like it's okay if you're. It's okay to say I'm wrong. But I
Yeah.
think the problem with LaRussell is that he's not saying that he's wrong, and he's not really reading the room. And the fact that he's standing on it is drawing ire from not only his listening base, but like the national audience.
Mm-hmm.
So I think because of that, not necessarily what he said. Like I think if he would have just said, "Hey, I'm wrong," you know, I think y'all absolutely right about what you said. Maybe saying Hitler and saying, and saying
Epstein.
the yeah, Epstein and the Los Taco, the Doritos Los Taco, you know what I'm saying, in chief, you know what I'm saying, that we got at the White House, like it's heaven sent. Like you can't really say these things and just think people are just gonna be cool with it. Even when you performed it in that video that went viral, the fucking crowd wasn't really into it. They were just like, did this nigga just like if you look at the different faces in the video, they're just looking confused for the most part, like,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not really saying anything about it. So it's like you know that this is not really helping your situation, and the fact that you're standing on it, and you put the song out because the song is still out to this day, and you said your engineer told you not to put it out, and yet you still put it out.
That was the
You
craziest
clearly
part. That
you
was the
clearly
craziest.
wanted to do this. This is what you wanted to do. Just stand on your business. I mean, he is standing on his business, so I respect that. But like, he clearly is not reading the room. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think he don't really care about reading the room. He's just like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And I think that's why the internet is clowning him. So I hope
Yeah.
that gives you a good context as to what's happening right now.
Man, let me be honest with you. I didn't watch the whole video. Once he started naming certain names, so when you said the Hitler ones, I didn't know he said that.
He's
Uh,
he
I
said
didn't.
so he said Malcolm X. He started with Malcolm. He started with
Yeah,
Martin. He said Dolph, like young Dolph. So like it
yeah,
was like, oh yeah, yeah, they all haven't seen, yeah. And then what made matters worse is that the production in the background, it's like a fucking piano playing, and it's
piano
like
playing.
real
Yeah,
God.
like
There's a
heavenly.
gospel choir featured
Yeah, it
with the
was real
song.
heavenly. Yeah, he got his fucking mind. He got his
Right.
mind.
Did he say this around the gospel choir? Like, did he
I
say
don't
this
know
shit
if he
around the gospel?
did, but either way, that was corny.
So
And I
right.
wish him all the worst for doing that. I wish him all the worst.
It's
Uh,
sad too, bro, because like he actually got good music. It's just that like the fact
Does
that
he?
you're standing on your no, he got some bangers. I ain't gonna lie, he got some bangers.
Okay, all right. Let
They're
me not
light
have the
bangers.
conversation. I'm not
They're
gonna say
light
nothing.
bangers,
All
but
right, okay, I get it. Then. You
you
can send
calling
them
the
to
nigga
me
the
when we done,
Macklemore
because
of
the ones
rap?
I heard was
You don't like the joint
mid.
with Marshawn Lynch?
Hey man, you got. I ain't hear that song. Say that to me. I ain't gonna. I can't comment to it unless I
Oh,
sing it.
damn. That shit was
Yeah.
kind of hard when it
You
came
got to
out.
send it to me. I never heard it. I never heard it. But what I heard, it was
Fuck.
always mid. Um, I'm sorry, brother. I don't know what to say. It was mid, dog. I'm just respectfully. Shout out to
Sorry,
Lorenzo. Respectfully, it was mid.
I just think
Man, no, man. I don't. When he said the person told me shouldn't say it, I'm like, man, you should listen to your man. Like that's I don't know. Man, I'm glad you explained it better than me, but I don't know what's wrong with these guys. I mean, I'm happy he was trying to be thoughtful, I guess, because so much stuff is like surface level raps. But man, I wish these brothers would read more books.
yeah.
I really do, man. I wish they would just read more books, man, and change up that algorithm. Maybe watch something from the '80s or like a black documentary or you know what I'm saying,
Are you
something.
shaking your hand at the crowd right? Are you shaking your hand at the cloud right now?
Yeah, man. These young man, they mean well, man. And my man out here like so and so heaven sent. I'm like, bro, what are you slave masters heaven sent? Christopher
Donald
Columbus heaven
too.
sent. You know what I'm saying? Christopher Columbus heaven sent. The Mayflower driver heaven sent. Fuck out of here,
Even
man.
you haven't sent.
Nah,
Like,
man.
how you gonna throw me at the end of all of that shit? Like, what the fuck? What do I got to do
I ain't
in
got
this
nothing to do
situation?
with this. I ain't got shit to do with this. I
And
don't know these people.
like what made matters worse is that he kind of insulted his audience by saying like, man,
Yeah.
these niggas stupid, and I'm just like,
Yeah, he did.
that's this is not the way to be a public.
I thought he
figure,
was
my
talking
guy.
about the people who was criticizing him, not his fans. No.
I think, but I think he was saying that towards the quote unquote haters. But I think because some of his fans are looking at him crazy for that, I think he's mashing
Yeah,
them in with
mashed them all
his
in.
quote
Yeah, that's
unquote
true.
haters. So like he's saying that to kind of everybody, despite the fact that people that really fuck with him is saying, "Hey, dog, this is unfuckwittable."
Yeah,
You
it's
know what I'm saying?
unfuckwittable.
Like,
Yeah, a
shout out to
lot of
Kid
that shit's
Cudi.
unfuckwittable. What's your How you feel about Kanye, man? I think
Oh
he's
man, that's actually one of the things we read. I wrote up. That's the next thing actually for the
yeah.
rundown.
How you I guess I give my Kanye update and then I guess you can. What you think about Kanye?
Oh, oh, okay, all right.
The
On the
situation,
spot.
the situation. Because the situation is, I guess I gotta give context.
There you go.
Last year, Kanye apologized to specifically Black people and Jewish people for shit that he said, and since then he's been doing shows all over the world. The rumor was that he cannot come back and do shows in the state. Um, it appears, it appears that he's done some shows, but since he's not working with Luggage Live Nation, he can't work in some venues that are Live Nation owned. However, having the massive catalog of music he does and the
Notoriety,
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 we both was fucking this
notoriety.
on. People
Yeah, I
know who he
know.
is. He can be recognized. I think that has resulted in him booking stadiums. Not just any
And
stadium, SoFi Stadium. I think he did 2 days in a row,
only
two
in LA
nights,
though.
3 nights. He did 3 nights,
2 nights. He did it
two
over the
nights. He
weekend.
did two
Yeah.
nights, and it was the second most 2 day concert revenue generating of all time in American history. I think it came to almost $40 million from 2 nights. Uh, from what I've seen, the show was amazing. Shout out to Oz Taylor, who is from Baltimore, who was actually somebody I remember when he came up, who is his set designer, and he's one of the art designers for Kanye, and I'm so happy to see Oz and all the amazing work that he's doing on the creative side. I think since I met him, he's one of the brightest people I ever met, and to see him doing this now, I'm not surprised.
Hmm.
That's just a plug. Shout out to Baltimore.
Shout out,
Um,
yeah. Shout out to
you know
Baltimore.
what I'm saying? Shout out to Baltimore repping.
Yes,
Since
Lord.
then, that been very successful. I think there was a day or two people were talking about Kanye a lot online. A lot of people were saying that he did not do a sufficient. No, Ben saying that his apology was not sufficient, and that how can you forgive somebody who's done the shit that he's done? Now, I cannot name all the shit that he's done in the past 3 to 4 years. Okay, a lot of shit. Like shit,
Lot of
like
shit.
a lot of shit. I mean, to the point
I
where
mean,
you might not be aware. I'll give a crazy Kanye one. You give a crazy Kanye one, so people can understand how crazy he's been. I'm gonna pick the one when Kanye decided to do an entire interview in an all-black Klansman outfit.
oh yeah, he did
Tell
do
me,
that shit with DJ Academics.
but oh my, that's why I can't even believe. He, that's when
I
he
remember that shit.
had a pointy hat, not even like the hood off. Hood was on. And he did a
Yep,
whole interview, like 50, like a long form interview, wearing a Klansman outfit. And I
yep.
think that if someone says, "Hey man, Kanye wore a fucking Klansman outfit," I can never forgive him. I will completely understand.
Yeah.
Completely understand. Completely
I,
understand. Com-
I mean,
Yo,
if I'm
completely
keeping it,
understand. You got
I'm
one?
keeping it. I
You
mean,
got one?
shit. If I'm keeping it, I'm just throwing this out there because I gotta be honest. If I'm keeping it a bean, I kind of dropped off after Life of Pablo. Because when he came out with that album that talked about like his mental health and like he was kind of joking around with the shit, I was like, yeah, not only is this project not that good, but on top of that, you just fucking around with your mental health. And I don't, this is the whole, just the whole run for a lot of these albums are like, overly controversial for no fucking reason. And it's like, bro, like the music's not even matching your fucking hijinks now. Now you're
Mm-hmm.
just doing stupid shit for the attention so that you can say, hey, I got this other project out. And I think that apology was due to the fact that he was dropping Bully later on. Like, cause I think he dropped
Mm-hmm.
it like a week or two after the apology. I just think for me, man, like it's if he's really about this apology, if he really means what he says, it's gonna show in his actions aside from the performances.
True,
But
true. That's a
time
fact.
after time after time after time after time after time again, we have these moments with Kanye that is batshit crazy and fucking insane, just to find out that he's doing this shit for an album. And I'm like, this is so stupid. And he, on top of that, like you're spreading hate, which is why you lost a lot of the people that loved you when you came out with your first projects up until Life of Pablo. And instead, you're you're chasing attention in the worst ways with the worst kind of people around you and the worst kind of audience supporting you. And it doesn't, even though you've managed to be successful with this last 2 night tour that you had in LA, it doesn't take away the fact that you're supporting Nazism.
Nazism.
You're Nazism. Yeah,
Hate,
you
hate,
fuck.
hate,
Yeah, hate.
hate.
Like
Yeah,
hate
hate.
speech in general, and the
Yeah,
fact that you're grabbing like racist images from like old magazines and old interviews, like you're doing research on this shit so you could put it into your music and you're putting it on your merch and you're just trying to sell that shit. Like, bro, like it's not fucking cool. Like it's not cool. It's not hip hop. This is not you. And
yeah.
clearly there's something that's wrong that I'm really concerned about because it's like this has been happening way too long. And when are we ever going to see you actually? I hate to say this to a grown ass man, grow the fuck up, dude. Like when are we actually going to see you grow the fuck up?
That's a good point, and I don't disagree with it. I think I have a longer leash for Kanye. Having people in my family dealing with bipolar. I have plenty of experiences on people who it is mental health conditions in general, just different ones.
Mm,
Completely understand when the their first manic episode or manic episode period or um, finding that balance of medication because the thing about any mental health condition, the right dosage has a different effect on you than it does the person right next to you who going through the exact same thing because the brain chemistry is different for each person. And I think the thing with Kanye too is when you multiply that with, his mom dying, multiply that with marrying the most famous woman in the world and all that pressure and
yeah.
notoriety that comes with it. I think that plus the people that I knew dealing with mental health conditions did not have those two major factors happen to them in the same
Mm,
place in the same way, and I can only imagine how it would have been for them if they had to experience their own way of dealing with this mental health condition in the public eye. Period. So that gives me my own context of Kanye, where I was like, I understand that, I know how that shows up, and I try to be more compassionate.
mm,
I think a lot of this. That's why, like I said, anybody who's on Kanye said like, "Hey, I stop." If somebody said, "Hey, I stop fucking with Kanye," when he kick Taylor Swift off the stage, I think that's fair.
yeah.
I think you can say how funny it was, or what moment it was, or he was a fucking asshole and went to some teenage girl, one of the biggest moments of her life,
Yeah.
and
Kind
you
of
said
fucked
some
it
wild
up.
shit. You fucked up one of her big moments in front of all these celebrities. She was not the star she is today, not even close. She wasn't even on a trajectory to be as big as she was until Kanye did that. My opinion,
Yeah.
and I can disagree with you. Want Kanye said I made her. He kind of alluded to that. He kind of knows what he's talking about, but it was an asshole move. And someone said, "Hey, I stop fucking with him." Then I think that's fully reasonable. You know what I mean? So I think with
Yeah.
Kanye, I fully understand it. Now, what I said does not excuse none of his behavior. Like understanding why a person does something does not mean they should not be held accountable for their actions.
Right.
I think he's grown. He should figure out how to maintain himself, and he puts himself in these situations where he got to feel all this pressure, and not doing the right thing. So all that being said, if somebody say they don't fuck with Kanye, I don't have no big deal with it. I fully understand it. Hell, I even support it. Um, do I listen to his music like I used to? Not really, not the new stuff. I tried every once in a while. I didn't even make it through his most recent album. I was just like, I just don't. Some stuff sound pretty cool, but I saw clips of the concert. They look pretty decent. Like I try to I watch him through like a prism to see where he is.
Yeah,
Um, but I can never say I support it. I support him the same way I used to.
yeah,
Um, because some of it also like mental health diseases included. Sometimes you don't know which part of it is you battling the thing or you trying to play us. Um,
right,
you know what I'm saying? So
right. Like
like
that's
when,
that's that's
yeah,
real. Fool me once, shame
yeah,
on
fool
you.
me once,
Fool me
yeah,
twice,
fool me once, yeah. Shame,
shame
shame
on
on me.
me.
Yeah,
Fool
that's
me
true.
3 times, I'm a fucking idiot, dog. Like we can't. I think for Kanye, I think I got to a point after multiple shenanigans that I was just like, I can't go back to his music no more. Now I will give Bully a shot because it is a new project and it
Hmm.
is newsworthy,
Hmm.
especially since he is not able to perform in the UK at all.
How you feel
He's
about
officially.
that?
I do think it has happened before. So let's before we even say that
Who?
this is Snoop Dogg. Hold on, who else? Hold on, let's
He had a
find out.
murder case though, right? Is it because he had a murder case? I
Yeah.
think that's different. He had a murder case. They like you hit another nigga
Okay.
with a murder case. Or talking
So
about shooting
Snoop
people.
Dogg, Tyler the Creator,
Tyler the Creator is a
uh,
good one. Yeah,
Busta Rhymes,
yeah.
but this is just internationally. But a lot of them in the UK actually. Chris Brown, Lil Wayne, again Tyler the Creator, Takashi 69, Benny the Butcher, Ja Rule, and of course Ye. And this is according to Rolling Stone. So
How
yeah,
many were how many
um,
were how many were not able to go because of things they said and not criminal related activities? Sometimes being charged or having charges can prevent you from going certain places. I think that's different than saying
that
what you think, man.
I I that's a tough one because I do think that just due to like international laws and like how laws may be different compared to America, we can things can get nifty in those kind of streets. I do think for a lot of the artists, for most of the cases that I've seen, it's mainly been criminal criminal things.
Hmm.
But I think for Ye because he touched the nerve of an international community, I
Hmm.
think that and then also not only uh touched and in some ways hurt an international community, but brought up one of their darkest moments in history. I do think that it's kind of hard to just invite a motherfucker over to the UK who's been saying all of this and just try to continue on with having him perform despite the controversy that he brings, even if he still apologized. So I can understand if the UK has done it, but it shouldn't be. I don't think it should necessarily be up to this kind of punishment for Kanye in some
Yeah,
cases. Like
I don't think you
like
can
had that
ban him.
motherfucker had that motherfucker do like little small bars and like fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you can't. We ain't gonna have you do no stadiums or some shit like that. But you could do this little shithole theater right here and see if you can make some money off of that. Like, hit his pocket, make him have to like give him a chance to perform because he's still an artist. He can still do what he wants, but at the same time, like, don't give him the big headliner like wireless festival. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that's kind of feeding into kind of his machine and what he's doing. And then it also doesn't like again, we don't really know what he's going to do after apologizing, aside from him dropping music and doing a whole concert. So we don't really know if he really is really going to lean into
I think
actually meaning his actions or not.
all that is true. I think for me, my stuff is more so like how do you determine what to ban somebody over? So if a rapper says, "Hey, I
Mm.
want to kill somebody. I want to kill somebody," so can NBA YoungBoy go? Because he rappers gonna kill people nonstop. his music. Was that okay for him? So I think it's like you gotta be fair. If he is talking about this, so if someone's talking about, you can tie the generational trauma of interracial, like inner city killings, and all of the things that go along with it, and the traumatic effects it has on Black communities throughout this world,
Mm-hmm.
because from being us being in creative situations in poverty where we feel the need to shoot and kill one another. There's a case
Yeah.
for the traumatic impacts on that as well. So I think there's a case there, and there's plenty of other people who says dumb fucking shit where you gotta. I think if someone is committing crimes, I think it's fair. I think Britain is different because they lock people up for saying stuff, but I think it's just tricky, man, to say, man, you can't come over because you say this crazy stuff. Also, I want to say, if what do we want from this? Is banning people going to fix it? No. It said
No,
in
not
the same
really.
piece that Kanye offered, it was interested in talking to community leaders about the things. I would love if they said, cool, let's put his money where his mouth
Yeah.
is. He should pull up. We won't have no cameras. We're going to have rabbis and ministers and historians and people from different communities to have a conversation and be like, hey, these are the things you said. This is what you did. This is how you harmed us. We would love if there's some way for you can do some retribution into the community to help break down something. If what we want is to tell people you are kicked out of the community because you said things that hurt us,
Yeah.
we won't have a fucking community.
That's true.
There has
That's
to
true.
be some level of retribution or reparations that a person can do to model and say, I fucked up. I shouldn't have did that. This is my sincere apology, and this is what can I do to show it. Not just give us money. What can I do? And I think we should
Right.
require that, embrace that.
Right.
Kicking people out ain't gonna fix it either, bro.
I do. Yeah. Yeah. I could see where you're coming from.
It's gonna make
Like
them more
actually
popular.
holding them accountable
Yeah.
instead of just like banning them. Because like technically they tried to do that for a lot of rappers in the 80s, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And we see where that went, you know.
Yeah.
Also correction, Tyler the Creator was banned from the UK, not necessarily for his inciting a riot. That was
Mm.
actually in Australia.
Hmm.
He was banned from the UK specifically for his homophobic and violent content from Bastard and Goblin. So just a correction right there. Yeah. Yeah, I
But look how
know.
crazy
Hey,
that is.
listen. I know. And I was one of the ones that actually I bought both albums.
Look at
Yeah, I
him
bought
now.
yeah,
Look at him
yeah.
now. Look at the growth.
His
Now,
band
again,
was
Kanye is 40 years old. I get it.
yeah,
But look at
his
him
band
now.
ended in 2019. So
2019.
yeah, his band ended February in 2019, according to
And
Metro.co
when did
UK.
Bastard come out? 2014?
Bastard came out in no. Wait. His first album or his first
Bastard.
mixtape.
Bastard. Ben is Bastard.
Bastard came out in like he got to be 2010 at least.
Yeah. 2010.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll add
like
as
I had
much
to be
sauce on it.
2010. Yeah,
So he couldn't go
it
to
had to
Britain for
be
9 years for that tape.
2009. It dropped 2009 December
10 years
25th.
afterwards, he couldn't go. I think that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, granted, like the music that Tyler the Creator was making at that time pissed off a lot of people
That's
because
fine.
he was definitely saying wild ass shit.
I get
You know
it.
what I'm saying? He was definitely
15-year-old
saying
kid trying to
homophobic
break the
shit.
scene. I get it. I get it. I get
I
it. I guess.
like it was like Eminem, but like we know why Eminem was popular to a whole
Did they
bunch of people
ban
that didn't know
Eminem? Is
like
my
Eminem.
question. Did they ever ban Eminem?
No, they did not. But we know why now.
Ah,
We know why, but we know why though. We know why. You feel me? We know why. Also, he had Aftermath and Interscope behind him, so that's a little different. Tyler the Creator was independent at the time that Bastard came out. And also when he was on that big ass run all the way up until his debut album and a little bit after until he got into the second album, like yeah, like despite the fact that he was getting a lot of traction, like yeah, he was saying some wild ass shit for like the first couple of the first few albums. So I get it.
mhm.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people was joking around about the fact that he had some goddamn black trench coat ass music. I get it. I get it. Trust and believe I get it.
Black
But
trench coat ass music.
hey,
Marilyn
bro.
Manson get suspended, get kicked out.
No, no, no. But I mean, shit. After allegations came out about him, I guess he should have, because he actually had some criminal shit go down. Well, allegedly,
Who?
criminal allegations go down. Marilyn Manson.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about, did he get banned
Yeah.
back then?
Uh, again, celebrities: Martha Stewart, Tyler the Creator, Ja Rule, Lil Wayne, Duane Lee. That's it. Kanye West. That's it. And then
Mm.
Snoop Dogg, Chris Brown. No. So no. Yeah. Also, like, I I could be wrong. I don't think he has the popularity of some of those other celebrities on that list. Like Martha Stewart or Snoop Dogg, those are like A-listers in some cases because they've been around for so long. Snoop Dogg's a little bit different, but yeah, Chris Brown, Tyler the Creator, like, yeah, like a lot of those artists, despite the fact that it took a while for Tyler specifically to actually grow, I do think
Hmm.
that, like, yeah, like they got a little bit more traction. So I digress. But yeah,
What
no,
else on the list?
I personally don't think they should be kicked out of the UK. But I think, again, in regards to Kanye,
Yeah,
he actually got to be about his actions
yeah, I
instead
agree
of
with
just
that
say
too.
some shit
I agree with
for
that too.
a new concert tour that's
Yeah,
happening. That's some
I agree with
bullshit.
that. I agree with that. I think that's
Um,
fair. I think that assessment is fair.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's go with the Legacy Amigos. Last week, Offset.
Migo,
Yeah, man. It sucks, man, because oh shit. It
buddy, some
sucks
real hood
because
shit, bro. Quick, by the way,
okay,
some real nigga shit. Go ahead, we
some
good.
real
I'm
nigga
sorry,
shit.
y'all.
I mean, I kind of want to
Got
rule. I
my
kind
do
of
rag
want
on,
to, you know what I'm
bomb.
saying? But okay, so I think this is kind of a two-part story in some cases because there's
You said
some
a
Atlanta
horror
ass
story?
shit. No, two-parter.
Oh, too far, too far, too far.
So, but they're not necessarily related, but they happened around the same time. Offset was shot at a casino. Let's go get some information on that.
Offset.
Oh wow, FBI released new photos, detailed mid investigation for Offset shooting. Okay, so that's the new news. Okay, so rapper Offset was shot in the leg during an ambush by a group of people outside the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida, on April 6, 2016, around 7:24 p.m. The FBI is investigating, having released photos of suspects in two Chevrolet SUVs, Matt Gray Tahoe Black Suburban, involved in the shooting and the failed robbery attempt. Offset was assaulted by a group at the valet area, with one suspect firing a single shot that struck him. He suffered non-life threatening injuries and was treated at Memorial Regional Hospital. The suspects fled in a matte gray Chevrolet Tahoe and a black Chevrolet Suburban, with vehicles heading towards Hollywood and Miami. The suspects tried to steal Offset's watch during the altercation, but were unsuccessful. And the FBI Miami and Seminole police are investigating, urging the public to provide tips, which they just released new details, as I said before. And then rapper Lil TJ was detained and charged with disorderly conduct and driving offenses on the night, but his lawyer denied involvement in the shooting. For what
Mhm.
I've heard, Lil TJ and Offset, they were kind of in a scuffle. I think Offset owed Lil TJ some money. Um, and then for the background, or to give you context, the incident occurred nearly 4 years after Offset's Migo bandmate uh, Takeoff was killed in 2022 during a dice game. I think that Halloween. I think that was the night that he died. So yeah, and then as of April 14th, the FBI continues to seek investigation from the public regarding the suspects. So this shooting happened, and I mean, of course, Offset. We don't have Offset on this world no more. I think, with this being said, the fact that, like, we don't really like, because when you think about Migos, man, like, they were definitely on a run for a while until a lot of this stuff really popped off.
Yeah.
Despite the intergroup turmoil that happened over the later half of their run, I do think that Migos is one a legendary rap trio, um, especially in the 2010s. But I think too their story and their their story and demise are
Yeah.
two, I think, two important case studies that we should
Hmm.
identify and examine as their history continues to go on. Because despite the fact that Offset got shot, he still don't talk to Quavo. Despite the fact that Takeoff is gone, they still
You think
have
they
kind of
talked still
inner
after he
turmoil
get
with that.
shot? You think they talked after that?
I'm sure that they do, but I mean, the synergy is not there compared to what it used to be, in a
Yeah.
sense. Because I do see Offset still making music by himself, and then on top of that, Offset is dealing with the whole Cardi B situation and like dating her and seeing like they split up, and Cardi B had her whole shit with Stephon Marbury, and then they coming back. So like that whole saga itself is its own thing. On top of the fact that Offset was messing around with Quavo's girl, which is why they got into a beef in the first place, which is why they had that level of inner turmoil.
Man,
Um,
Quavo is a good case of why I tell the young men that I work with and the young men who I'm related to, and I'm happy. Hopefully, there's some young man somewhere listening to this, fellas. The key to success in life, one of the keys to success in life, there's plenty. One of the keys is to have dick discipline. Okay, all right,
why'd you say it like
okay,
that? Oh my
all
god, why
right,
did you say it so?
all right.
Wow,
All right, you
Jesus
gotta
Christ!
learn it. You
I get what you're
gotta
saying,
learn
but
it.
god
You
damn,
gotta learn it. You
that
gotta
is true.
learn it.
That is
Okay,
true.
gotta know when to say. Jay Z said it in the song. I keep my head, both of them, where they supposed to be. They'll get you sidetracked and clap from close feet. All right,
Mm.
all right. Gotta know when. You said he ruined his relationship with his brother, business partner, a real relationship with his wife, business partner. Now this brother is, I've seen videos where women who are just talking about, oh yeah, he be on the thing talking about some nice kind of like with all kinds of people just out there, it's business out there, he's losing the privacy. But I will say, man, have dick discipline. That's the first piece. Second piece is, man, it's really important to have a backup plan. I think actually think Offset makes some of the best solo music of the Migos.
I agree.
I
I
think he
agree.
makes some of the best. The most recent one he put out was actually some really good songs in there. Introspective storytelling. He's told storytellings visually. I think he does a great job of communicating a message or whatever his art is at the time. I think they all needed each other. I think they all brought a different dynamic to the group. And I think with Takeoff's death, I think so they just wasn't able to figure it out, which they were. One of the best hip hop groups of all time. I don't care what nobody say. Um, Hip hop groups don't last forever, so it's not a rare thing that they broke up. You can look through it. If you had another list of the greatest hip hop groups, most of them broke up. Everybody's not the Roots. um, so yeah, man, it's sad though. It's sad more. It's sad to see little TJ involved with this too, man. Like, like those guys made a good amount of money, and you would hope that they would have some way of investing in themselves or figuring out a secondary business model so they don't feel the need to do this. But I also got to say, and this is my final point, is we need to have a conversation about men and gambling. I think I saw something earlier where it said men between the ages of 18 and 49 are voting. 52% of men between 18 and 49 have active gambling account. That's scary, man. That's scary. It's a reason why that shit was restricted, and it's really sad that it's just flooding the market again. But yeah, man, a lot of lessons to learn that I hope y'all everybody learn from.
Yeah, and you would think that because Takeoff died, due to a dice game, you would think that it was a lesson for maybe both of them, that
Hmm.
it's not the smartest thing to do, but like just like any vice, gambling is addictive, and it's because it's so ubiquitous now with sports
Yeah, man.
and sports culture. Like you
Yeah,
can't really get away from it if you,
crazy.
no matter if you want to or not. But what you said, it to begin everything off, and having discipline is the most important thing. Being able to be disciplined probably would have prevented you from being in that situation with Cardi B, and allows you to have this budding relationship with your kid and your wife at the time. Sure, you might have been through some hard things, and you wanted to blow off some steam, but like having that discipline will get you out of a lot more trouble than you've actually been in. Not only with the women that you've been around behind her back, but then on top of that, the gambling. Because
Hmm.
clearly you with Lil TJ, you lost a lot of money. And there was a text conversation between Lil TJ and Offset before the whole thing happened. I think Offset actually owed Lil TJ some money. And on top of that, apparently he owed the casino some money. They gave him a credit, and he took that credit, he blew it off, uh, and he went back to the casino, and they were like, "Nah, dog, like you all assed out right now."
That's
Um,
crazy.
yeah. So he was hit with he was hit with a $100,000 casino debt. Days before he was shot outside of a different casino. So he already had a debt on him, and he went to another casino to gamble that.
I will say,
Like,
man, that is a consistent theme in the entertainment business. You know, you watch those movies from the 60s and 70s
yeah,
about the guys from the 50s and like the Rat Pack guys and like people who were singing stuff at that time. And the Temptations movie comes to mind. Like, that's a consistency thing, a theme around just that level of fame and notoriety and entertainment, I guess, too. Sucks,
shit,
man.
Bruno Mars suffered from it too. Like he
You
just
think that's
sang.
real?
I actually think that that is real. I think that
He
he
is
actually
real.
had a debt because remember he had a casino residency.
Yeah, I keep joking about it too. The other day he joked about it. He said, "Man, my debt is all good now."
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
remember that it was a $50 million debt. Yeah,
Ooh.
it was between Bruno Mars and MGM.
Mm.
Oh, wait a second.
That ain't
Bruno
official though.
Mars
That's
and
just like a
MGM
rumor.
have denied these claims,
It's a
labeling them
rumor.
false.
They would never. They
Yeah,
would never tell us if it was real. They
right.
would never tell us if it was real. Yeah.
Damn. Now you're just saying he's debt free.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it was some truth to it, where he was like, "I got a thing, and da da da. And you gotta pay me, but pay me less than my market rate."
Right.
Because he did it
Also,
not too
he
long after Silk Sonic.
right.
Yeah.
Like it had to be during the time that he was working with, with Silk Sonic. Nigga got some off time. You living in this casino.
They
Might as
didn't
well
go
go
on
have some
tour, did
fun.
they? They didn't go on tour, real tour, did they?
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did. I think they did
I
the
think that was
residency.
the kind of the thing for them.
They did the residency, and with Anderson .Paak was there for a couple of the first shows.
They did not go on a traditional world tour.
Yeah, they did the
Yep,
residency.
yep, and that was it.
Hmm.
And that was for about 7 months. Damn, I should have went to that shit, bro. But I
Yeah, my
digress.
one of my friends went. She went her sister. She said it was great.
Yeah, I was in Vegas for that shit, but the tickets were already sold out.
Damn, dog.
I know. Cause that album was hard too. That album
Yeah, well,
was
I still
pretty
play it.
dope.
I still
Yeah,
play
that
it
shit was
for
funky
sure,
as fuck.
for
Yeah,
sure, for
but yeah,
sure.
no, I do think that as we continue to get into more, as sports betting continues to kind of be in the social norms of our
Yeah,
society, you're going to see more people in debt. Like, it's going to be as ubiquitous as to how drugs were at one
I
point.
know, man. I hope not. I think I was talking to somebody the other day. Said, man, I was talking about the times we live in. He said, man, so what's the new crack? I said, man, it's gonna be gambling apps. It's on your
Yeah,
phone. It's easy
yeah,
accessible. I know,
easily
I know
accessible.
people making big money and taking big losses It's
Yep.
really dangerous and it's ruining their brains. Yo, did you
Yeah.
see the Jay-Z interview?
I did not actually. Nah.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
that
like,
was something. What you think about it?
I cut that shit off, man. Tired of this nigga acting like he's a. I'm getting it's getting late. I'm getting cranky. I'm tired of him acting like he's some damn black savior, yo. It pisses me off, yo. You make music and don't do nothing for us. Stop it.
I
I think
mean,
the biggest contrast. Go ahead.
I
The
mean,
biggest.
but like, but that so many of us look for a celebrity, and I'm not saying me. So let me be
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
clear.
So many of us as a people. Yeah.
They want a savior, and a lot of people see Jay Z as the savior, despite the fact that he's done shit in the past that is quite
Yo,
questionable.
he
But at
said
the,
in an interview, if and this is and I stopped listening to it because I was. He said, you know, I made it through the streets unscathed. You know, the towns I was hitting. You know what I mean? Newark, New Jersey. Um, some. He said Cambridge, Maryland. You know, unscathed, man. How else could I do that? And I'm sitting at this dude. I'm like, bro, I know people, family and friends, who in the '90s died because of the drug trade in Cambridge, Maryland. My mom's family is from Cambridge, Maryland. So I spent
mm,
my summers there. I went down there throughout the year. Like I said, my mother's there. All I went with my great grandmother, my grandmother, my uncles, my cousins. Like, you know what I mean. So I have a deep knowledge of the city, and it's a known thing that Jay Z used to be there. Like everybody know it. Emery Jones from around the way. When Emery came home, he was taking pictures with some of my family and friends. When my family member came home from prison, Emery came and shared love with him because they was cool back in the day for their own business stuff that they was doing. Um, so I have a visceral, but I also understand how it the detriment that the drug trade had to Cambridge, Maryland, and how this was a growing, budding black city on the Eastern Shore, and a lot of its economic and structure and possibilities was stifled because of the drug trade. So when he got on
mm,
there, he said that. I said, "Damn, hope he gonna go with this." And then he said, "I ain't take advantage of nobody." I'm like, "Motherfucker, you started the record label with the, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You used the proceeds from your street days to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know
yeah,
firsthand people were impacted by the drug trade in the '90s in Cambridge, Maryland. Like I know personally their stories when they started. My cousins who were selling it and buying it from people coming from out of town, and then them selling it into the streets. And then also family members who fell succumb to the drug trade and the proliferation of so much drugs into the community being flooded and how it impacted them. And now their
yeah,
lives is what it is and from what it could have been. So when a billionaire wants on a interview and says, I went through all these cities unscathed and I never did take advantage of nobody. I'm like, dog, what are we doing here? So I think
and that's some bullshit.
I cut that shit off immediately, and then I started seeing other people talking about different things. But I don't know, man. I enjoy Jay Z music. I play Jay Z music. He makes a very cerebral type of music that I really enjoy because it requires a level of thoughtfulness. But I just feel like some of that thoughtfulness is you sound like Bill Cosby. He used to go to HBCU and say, "Pull your pants up," you know.
Yeah, but you gotta understand. I mean, you gotta understand. We're at that point now where, like, I mean, Jay Z comes from a time where he's at now was the cool thing, and I guess because he's where he's at now, and he feels like he does have a responsibility to teach the next generation to get to where he's at now. He thinks that that's the right thing to do, and the things that he's saying is the right thing to do. But I do
You
think
right?
that with that level of influence on the entire culture does come a level of naivety that comes with
Yeah,
that because you're so high that you don't know what it was or what it looks like to be down like that again. I mean, Kanye's saying that, but like Jay-Z has always been that he's always been a great businessman, so he's always been able to move into new generations out with either new ventures or just projects that sound experimental and new and kind of put them back on the forefront. Um, and be now that he's running Rock Nation, now that he actually has drink deals, he has business ventures outside of just rapping. I do think that that comes with a level of naivety because he's so high, and now he's at a point of being that leader. Um, but I do think that, like, from what you've told me about even his dealings in Cambridge, Maryland, the fact that he is saying that he didn't really hurt nobody or anything like that, I think that he's just covering his ass. If he is saying these things, again, I didn't see the interview because I just thought, is this really gonna? Am I gonna find out something new about Jay Z, or
Hmm.
am I just gonna hear Jay Z talk like an old man? And I felt like it kind of was the latter for what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Because I do want to hear more about the stories about Jay Z, the tour stories, some of the battles that he had with DMX, like things that actually contribute to music history instead of him just having a lot of money. How did you get all this money? How did you get all these business ventures? I feel like people focus on that more than like even some of the little details about like the stories behind his music career and how he has been able to kind of get to the top with some of the projects that he had and some of the ventures that he has. I think
Mm.
for me that is much more valuable than just him talking about him being at the top in his life and shit like that. Because if you really want to find out more about his life, he got a whole ass book out about it aside from his music. So it's like you could just read a fucking book and learn more about where this dude came from. It might be a little bit biased because it's coming from Jay Z, but you could still learn more about his life. Let's talk about some of the stories that aren't really talked about like that. And I feel
Yeah.
like that's why
Yeah.
we need more journalists to actually ask those questions. Because when you talk to that journalist in the media run for 444, that shit was good because he actually knew what to ask him. Aside from just the album coming out, he asked him about his life surrounding that album, which was
Yeah.
dope. But we
Yeah. I
need
think
more questions like that or more content like that.
I think artists nowadays know that to avoid hard interviews because they don't want to one look uncool, but also don't want someone to ask them about something that's going to make them have other people ask them more questions.
Gotcha question.
So they, yeah, not even gotcha questions like if Gaza comes up or if
Mm,
anything data centers and how it's going to impact black communities and poor communities around this country. But the war, I think they try to go places where those topics don't come up to where they don't have to make a comment and to piss off somebody because they soft and they're afraid they're going to lose some money. Because there's somebody in their ear saying, hey, if you say this, you're going to piss this person off and you're going to lose your money. If you say this, you're going to piss this person off, you're going to lose your money. Instead of just being like, I'm thoughtful, I try to say what I can say, what I mean, and then I explain to my community and figure it out. That's my second piece with Jay Z is he flirts with like I'm the Che Guevara, Che Guevara, something on Blueprint, and then he say, you dropping Fred. I was born in the day that Fred Hampton died. Uh, so he says that, and then he gives us the album with Jay Electronica, which is like all of these 5% of bars. So I'm like, bro, if you speaking this black talk, dog, where to look like? So don't like either don't talk about it or be about it. Don't keep telling us, you built from Fred Hampton cloth, you built from Che Guevara cloth. Dog, like you up, be up, enjoy being up, rap about being up. You know what I mean? Tell us about the new shit you got, and if you want to hear it, we will. But don't keep hitting us with this. I'm pro black, dog. I'm with black. I'm like, bro, I don't want to hear that shit no more, dog. You $1 billion. What you doing with it?
yeah,
Shut up.
yeah.
Shut up.
I mean, granted, he is doing shit. Like he got the NFL to pay for a whole bunch of social issue
Oh, come on, bro.
efforts and shit. I mean,
I
hey,
do.
listen, I'm just saying they weren't doing.
If Pac had $1 billion, what you think he gonna do? Do a deal with the NFL?
No, I
Dead
don't know. I
Prez,
mean, but Pac we didn't see Pac at this age though. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
Like
think if he did, Pac would be, I mean, in the community doing shit, doing shit for real, real. I think he be doing real shit. You son of a panther,
that's true.
son of
That's true.
panthers, son of
That,
panthers.
that's true.
You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying?
I do again. I do think that because Jay Z has that platform and because
Yeah,
he is like in some ways he is a leader of this culture because he's
I
one of the
don't know,
most
man.
recognized rappers. I mean,
Yeah,
I
you're
think that
right about that.
influence. I
You're right
think
about that.
that influences what makes him what he says he is. But at the
Yeah,
same time, I do think that because he is a capitalist,
for
those
sure.
two those two lives or those two personalities kind of clash against each other.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think if
think
you should
when
you should
times
watch it.
okay.
You should
Because I
watch it.
think
You
when
should watch
times like that, like when moments like that clash, specifically another moment was when that journalist asked them, so would you allow kneeling? Or he said something. He was like, so
it. He
would you
said
kneel
we
at NFL
passed
game?
kneeling. He said we passed
Yeah,
kneeling.
are we past kneeling? Yeah. And he said that.
Yeah,
Like
and then he
that
did the
was one of those
halftime shows, and
moments.
that's what he did for us. He gave us
Right.
halftime shows of black people because that's what we needed. To,
And again, he had the NFL pay for, despite the fact that I'm not saying that all of them are positive because remember, the NFL got into some controversy when people found out about one of the nonprofits that were being funded, and with that white lady cutting young black men's hair, terrible look. But
yeah,
he is
I guess
he's getting the NFL to put money into
he
social
they did.
efforts.
They don't do it
So
no more. They don't do it no more. It was a time frame thing. It's not the same no more.
are they not doing it no more, or have they not said anything about it because
They
of the
changed
current
it. They changed it.
administration?
They changed it. They didn't announce in a while ago. They
That's what,
changed the whole thing. They changed the whole thing up.
and then they
Um,
also changed the whole coaching aspect too.
but
Like
using other
that,
people's, I guess, but that's not a system of a thing to help black. But I think that's not Jay Z's job, and I think
right,
that's not Jay Z's
right,
job. My issue is that he talks about these black revolutionaries as if they are him and he's them, and I'm like, bro,
which is not true.
don't rap about it. Or just
Yeah,
be rap about black capitalism and understand that people don't give a fuck about clap like they used to, and you're going to suffer from the backlash of it. Don't sit up here and be like, "Oh, capitalists are bad." No, motherfucker, ain't nobody saying that. They saying the system is bad.
yeah,
Yo, we an hour in, and I don't want to
right.
dog Jay Z too much. People get mad at me. What are you
I
listening to,
know.
Vance?
Oh shit, man! I gotta
What's on
break
your
out the list.
what's on your? Let me bring up my two. We can just keep going back and forth. Let's go back and forth.
Okay,
You name
well,
some, I name some.
since the whatchamacallit, since the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I guess I'll just throw this into the mix. Since the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees came out last night, I've been listening to a lot of Sade.
I
Definitely
didn't see the
some
list. I
MC
didn't see who
Light.
the list.
So let's find out together.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
do
know.
know
That's
that
amazing.
Sade made it.
Beautiful.
Uh, I do know that MC Light made it.
Fire.
Wu Tang Clan made it.
Amazing.
Yeah. Hold on, 2026
Wu Tang Clan
inductees.
ain't nothing to
Ain't
fuck with.
nothing to
No
fuck
rock
with.
band.
Okay, Phil Collins, Billy Idol, Iron Maiden, Joy Division, New Order, Oasis,
Wow.
Sade, Luther Vandross, and the Wu
Luther
Tang Clan.
Vandross. Luther
Yes.
Vandross.
Yes, Luther is
Too
going to the
much,
Rock
never
and Roll
too
Hall of
much,
Fame.
never too much, never
I
too
like
much.
the fact that they're including different genres now into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That is
You need
fire.
to change it to the American Music Hall of Fame, to be honest.
That's true. Because
At this point,
technically, it's not necessarily like rock and roll, but at the same time, rock is not as valuable as it once was. So
well, the role is not as so true, and I think that leads. That's a bunch of. I think after Signify did a video where he was like, "Black white boys don't make certain kind of music no more, and this is it's a concern. They don't make like social conscious white boy rock music like break the system no more, like Limp
like Rage
Bizkit,
Against the Machine.
Rage Against the Machine, and none of that shit. Also, it was like break stuff was like, give me something to break. Like it was
Oh
breaking shit.
yeah,
So
that's on my game day playlist. I run
yeah,
through people
yeah,
all the time
that's,
to that
yeah,
shit.
that's a great point. Rock, but I think I read somewhere and it was like the role in rock and roll is an extension of soul, and that's why they had the thing because rock music was different than rock and roll. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I think that makes a lot of sense. But man, what a great list! Iron
Yeah,
Maiden, you said
yeah.
Joy Division,
Joy Division. Yep. Joy
Joy
Division. New
Division,
Order.
Oasis. Well, you know,
Oasis.
Wonderwall. We get here, Wonderwall, Wu Tang
Yeah.
Clan,
Wu Tang
uh,
Clan. About fucking
MC
time. I
Light is
mean, I knew that.
amazing.
Yeah, if Run DMC was gonna get in there, I knew Wu Tang was gonna get in there eventually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or
that's
and did
amazing,
too.
man. What a great list. What else you listening to? Sade?
So Definitely, I've been throwing Sade back into the mix. I've also been listening to snap. I've also been listening to oh my gosh, so much Sade. Larry June,
Mm-hmm.
Primo Rice, Steely Dan,
Mm-hmm.
The Royal Scam. I've been listening to that project. I've been listening to Trick Daddy because of his
Hey,
whole AKA scandal. Been
yeah.
blasting that. What else? What else? I went back to DJ Paul and Lord Infamous "Come with Me to Hell" Part One. There's a lot of songs that were sampled by 3 6 and by Raider Clan from this
Mm-hmm.
album. So I went back through that again. I've been listening to Drew Down.
Mm.
Uh, the song "Weak Moves," that Blackbird sample, that shit is
Okay.
fire. Compton's Most Wanted. I've been
Oh.
blasting like a lot of their shit lately, just due to this project I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
So specifically Late Night Hype, Into Deep, and Can I Kill It? Those are the three songs I've been blasting. Along with Drew Down. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Kind of navigating everywhere, so bear with me for a second.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me see, let me see, let me see. So I'm going through my Dark Side playlist. So Porn Work by I Swear Vezo. That's the last thing I played. Um, South Memphis Blues by Zoe Trap a Lot. Unannounced by 3D Cam. That shit was fire. Life of a Gangster by Rosama and 600 ENT. So there's a problem called
Kind of all over.
6WA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that Life of the Gangster shit is hard, and it reminds me. It makes a southern trap beat out of like West Coast
Mm.
sounds, which is
That's
like
fire.
really cool. Yeah,
That's fire.
really fucking cool. I've been listening to Ludacris lately as well.
Mm.
A lot of his music has been back in rotation.
What album?
Just
What album? What album?
definitely Southern Hospitality, but
Mm.
also Word of Mouth.
I was playing Red Light District the other day when he was no, was it Red Light
Ooh.
District? No, what's the one after that? I mean, his song
Get
Slap.
back, motherfucker. You don't know me like
Nah,
that.
Slap is on there. I want to slap. What do you say?
I want
The song Slap. Oh my god, bro, what's the
it's
song?
after Red Light District.
Yeah.
Is
Oh
it
my god, I just played that song yesterday.
shit, Battle of the Sexes?
No, 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 no.
That
It's
shit
Release
that
Therapy.
was a
Release
wild
Therapy.
album.
Release
Oh,
Therapy.
that was before. That was before Red Light District.
Was
Was
it?
it?
No. After. Gotta be.
Uh,
Anyway, it's a song on there called Slap. Playing that shit nonstop.
are you getting ready to slap somebody?
Man, I guess I felt like it. That shit helped me out a lot. I was
Yeah.
playing Stove God, Rock Marciano, Reasonable Drought
Ooh.
today. Wonderful. I was playing The Roots, Things Fall Apart. What an amazing album.
Ooh. Yeah.
Played some Larry June, obviously.
Of
Playing
course.
some Thelonious Monk and John Coltrane. That album they have together. Um, reggae, man. A lot of reggae, man. Peter Tosh, Bunny Whaler, Protege, Buju Banton,
Mm.
Inner Circle,
Oh my gosh.
Jocker, Anthony B. This man a lot of reggae, man. I play reggae early in the mornings. I play it on weekend mornings. This is a great way to get the day flowing. Yesterday, day before, I was playing D'Angelo, Black Messiah, nonstop.
Mm.
Great
Album's so
rotation.
good.
Buddy put out an album, Semi Sims 3. It's really great. If you like Buddy music, I recommend it. I think he makes great fun songs. It's definitely worth checking out. He can rap and sing really well. Um, Chicken Talking Bastard by Boss Man D-Lo. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta play
That's a
that.
whole
You know what I
album.
mean? Yes, sir.
That's
Just
a whole
came
album.
out talking big shit too, man. It's just getting money. I love the way he talks. I love his the way the bars that he uses. I think he's so hilarious. Where he be talking about stuff. I'm playing some old school shit too, man. Curtis Mayfield and the Impressions, James Brown, Marvin Gaye, Funkadelic, Isaac Hayes. I'm probably going to end this with Eric B and Rakim, man. I was playing it the other day too.
Okay.
Really
Oh,
enjoyed
back
that.
shit.
Yeah, man. Just trying to. I'm all over the place, bro. All over the place, man. Any words to the people?
Um, shit, man. I'm working on a new EP.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm teaming up with Nisho again. The first one was just a beat EP. This one is actually me making beats and he's rapping over them.
oh, let's
I'm
go. I
working.
like that.
Yeah, I'm sampling. I'm sampling songs like
I
I'm
like
Alchemist
that.
and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you some of those beats, man.
I
Like
always wanted
them.
to pick samples to make a beat, but I don't know how to make a beat. I wish I can like produce a beat without knowing how to make a beat. I can be like, hey, this is the sample that I have, and these
I
are the
mean,
samples I'm looking for.
AI right now. I mean, shit. If you want to
Man,
use that,
I don't
you know
want to
what
use
I'm
AI, bro. It's never, I didn't. I never learned the
saying.
skill, man. I just like being in a room. Since the sample is fire, what can we do with it? I just love
I
that.
just honestly like during the pandemic, I was just fucking around with it, honestly. And
Yeah,
I mean, I was making cool beats, but like they weren't really grabbing. But I think now I'm starting to kind of understand it. And I think with me just listening to a lot of like old school music, a lot of samples and stuff like that, it just and then a lot of Alchemist. Life is Beautiful is like a big one for
yeah,
me. And
yeah.
then also even Dave East project. I forgot the name of that shit, but it was one of it's a series. It's
Mm,
with him in a straight jacket. Do you I
I
could
don't
be I forgot
know.
the
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god, it's gonna get on my nerves.
I'll check
But
it
like
out. I'll
it
check it
had
out though.
yeah, bro.
I'll look
It
it
like
up.
that Dave East project was really inspirational too, because I was like, all right, shit, let me see if I can
Yeah,
kind of do this. So yeah, I've been just working on the EP or at least working on the beats for it. We haven't really went in the studio or anything yet. We're just still kind of planning things out, but
that's fire.
hopefully we can bring that to y'all soon. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire. I can't wait to
Um,
see that. Listen to that.
yeah. Check out my Instagram, Vansby underscore, and then also my TikTok because I'm dropping lacrosse content as well as my mixes, quick mix. You know,
Mm,
just me fucking around, figuring out the mixes. And I think that's it for me, man. I'm still out here hustling, man.
yeah, same here, man. Like, follow, subscribe, share this with a friend. Email us recordreport at recordreportpodcast.com for any questions or something you want to add to the show. Thanks.
Concerns,
Peace next
conundrums.
time.